What are the pastel crayons from Crayola? I'm going to let you know. You can get pastel crayons at the dollar store. They sell some of these specialty packs there. It's actually the Dollar Tree, or you can get them at Walmart. These are new to 2023. A few years ago, Crayola started coming out with all of these different type of specialty crayons. This is really exciting for a lot of us because these were around in the 1990s and now they're bringing them back. I don't know how long they're going to stay or what boxes are going to stay. But right now we have Bold and Bright that came out last year, and then there's Confetti, there's Cosmic, there's Metallic, there's Glitter, there's Pearl, and Colors of Kindness, Colors of the World. There's all these specialty boxes, which is really amazing. And today we're going to go over the pastel crayons. So right now you can only get these at Walmart. Probably next year you'll be able to get them at more places. We are going to go over the swatches, and we're also going to compare them to some of the other crayons that Crayola has. Here are the pastel crayons. So let's look at the box real fast. Very interesting. It says light and dark paper, and it shows creating them on light and dark paper. So it makes me wonder, are these like the bold ones or like the pearl ones? I guess we'll find out. So when we look at the colors, so I already went through and took some pictures. What is this? Well, the wrappers fell off somehow. I don't know where it came from. Oh, this one is so missing. So this box is kind of beat up. One of the crayons in here also is missing the top to it, and that now this one is missing its little thing. Oh well, you know. I'm sure these will be available more, so I'm just going to be okay with it because there was only one box available, so I'd rather not return them and not even have them. So I'm going to sort them really fast. One thing you'll notice, though, is that the names on here are regular names. So some of the other ones, they were calling not of the neons, but of like the pearls, which these kind of remind me of the pearl crayons. So that is interesting. But they don't have the names like they did before, where they were naming them like these random names. So I guess we'll see. So this one's Orchid. Got a purple back here. Hopefully these will be in the order that I put them in on the sheet. I can always change this sheet around if it's not perfect. So you guys can purchase these sheets, and I'll leave the link below. They will just be added into the sheets I already did. So if you already purchased the sheets for all the Crayola crayons, you should receive it as an update as long as you sign up to receive email updates from me. If not, let me know and I can add you to the email update list if you've already purchased it but you don't have it. So I want to make sure everyone has this that wants it. Look at those. Those are so pretty. I'm really excited to see how they color too. So we're going to put them over here to the side. And we are going to color with them. We'll color with them on this paper, and we'll also color with them on the whatever paper it's called, the black paper, because it says it doesn't on black paper. I was worried that these swatch ones would be too big, but they seem perfect. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just going over it with the first coat, the first layer, I mean. This paper is really good at getting into the grooves with crayons, and I can leave a link for the paper below also, so you know what paper to purchase to use with these crayons. But crayons really do good with paper that has a little bit of teeth to it. That way you can really get into it. Like flat, shiny paper is really good with markers, but not very good with crayons at all. It's just because they're a different type of medium. But you can really see how we're getting that gradient coming through right there. There is a lot of flakiness that comes with crayons, so. But look at that. Really burnish them and everything. I know some people use some kind of blending stuff, but you can do a lot just with different pressure of the crayon. So Marvelous is next. And this was just a guess, so I might end up changing the order of these crayons. Oh my gosh, it's hard to get the line. I'm having a hard line day today. I like to outline it. Okay, so this is our just one layer, and then we're going to do our second layer on this side. I'm very excited for these crayons. I feel like they're different. Oh, you know what? I have this camera like on the table. Like, why is it shaking every time I color? Okay, that should help. Look at that. Very, very good. I think you can get like a brush too. I should get a brush to brush away all this stuff. Look at that. Okay, our next color is Cotton Candy. Okay. So instead of circles, I'll just do this kind of stuff. Okay, and then look at how vibrant these colors are. They look super nice. That is so pretty. The next one is Salmon. So pretty. I feel like this paper really does them justice. Someone sent me some of the colors on paper and he did a really good job. I'm so glad that he let me know the colors. But I feel like the paper, I didn't get an accurate representation. So I should send him some of this paper because he sent me the colors. Always nice. I appreciate when ever of you guys send me information, because I had no idea that these existed and someone spotted them for me. I get some of the information from Crayola on new products, but these crayons, when they only release them, these are only released in Walmart right now. If they're not retail, I don't always get that information. If they release them in one store, they don't usually do like a press release for that, which is interesting. I didn't know that until I started doing stuff with them. All right. Oh, my Piggy Pink. It's so light that I put it in with the grays, but let's see. Oh, interesting. Maybe I was thinking Piggy Pink would be, it's almost like a peach color. So maybe I'll move it here when I make this chart for you guys. It is very, very, very light. This is one that's about how dark it is on my end. Can hardly see it. Okay, well, that's how it's gonna be. The next one is Peach. Yeah, I'll put these next to each other since they're similar. I didn't realize Piggy Pink would be so light. But see, look at how that paper just catches the crayons. We really do get to see this, like how vibrant crayons can be. I think they get a bad rap. I think it's because people aren't using the right paper for them. Okay, apricot is next. So we're starting to get into the orange ones. Very similar to peach. Very, very similar, but different. So this paper is very good for colored pencils also. This paper is not good for markers because the markers will, is it bleed? Well, bleed through. No, it's not bleed. It, like spread out. What's that word? I can't think of the word I'm thinking of. But yeah, they'll spread out and they're, I have it in my head somewhere, but it's not coming out. Don't you love that when you like think of a word? Oh, and you're like, what is that word? I cannot think of it. And then like in the middle of the night, you're like dreaming about that word. Or someone's name, you can't remember the name, and then all of a sudden, like, it comes to you in the middle of the night. Speaking of middle of the night, I'm seeing Taylor Swift next week. I'm really excited for that. You guys know that I like her, so her music. I wish I could put her music in my videos, but music and YouTube are not, it's hard to put music in your YouTube. Do you guys want me to put music in my videos? So this one is interesting. So it was not in the neon colors. So we have Unmellow Yellow here. It's very vibrant though, once I got it down on the paper. Oh. Did I not put desert sand in here? I'm going to be missing a space. That's me trying to put things together, right? Spring green. Oh, inchworm is next. Okay. I don't have desert. How do I not have desert sand? So I probably have one in here that I'm not supposed to have. I don't know. I guess we'll see which one it is. So now we're getting into the greener ones. He also did, the person that sent me this did a comparison of the old ones versus these ones, which would be good to do. But I just wanted to get these done for you. Almost looks like this has like two different colors in it, or it's picking up the black of the paper. But none of them, the other ones are picking up the black of the paper. Okay, spring green is next. Not quite as vibrant. So when they were getting rid of colors, like they were like, which color should we get rid of in our 24 count box? I was like, spring green. I mean, it's nice, but compared to dandelion, there's no comparison. All right, Granny Smith apple. So I will just have like one random color probably. But I'll fix that for you guys. So that way when you're doing your swatches, it won't be affected. So you can also get access to all of my charts. There's two what is it called? So I have basic swatch charts, and I'm actually going to change that. There probably won't be any more basic swatch charts, because I feel like I've done so many swatch charts and they take so much time that I'm like, you know what? And I want to keep doing this for you guys, but time-wise, I have to be like, I wish I just had all the time in the world to do it, but I need to be getting some compensation for my time. So I'm not going to do as many free charts anymore, but those will be under basic, the old ones. And then I am going to do, so if you want access to my swatch charts when I do a video, those are going to be under the premium swatch charts. And then that way you guys can have access to them. So you guys can do make your colors. That one's pretty. Or you can buy them individually. So I'll leave links for both of that below. I also do have a Patreon, Caribbean Green. And that one, I'm going to be offering more perks than the YouTube one. And so I might actually end up taking away, like in Patreon, I have the swatch charts available. I might always keep that like as a perk in there. I'm not sure though. But I'm going to have different items available in both. So if there's like certain things you want to see, because you can't, for example, like I want to be able to, if you guys want to call and chat about some of these things, cornflowers next, let's see, then I have an option where you can do that, but on YouTube you cannot do that. Like it's one of the stipulations, it's like everything has to be done on the YouTube app. So I can't do that on there. So there's certain things that I can do on Patreon that I can't do. And if I ever like sent you guys things as part of like a membership, I can't do that on YouTube either. So there's limitations, but Patreon has a way to like collect addresses and everything and store those for me. So that way, if I don't have anything available to send right now, but if I ever did, that would be an option. So that was cornflower. That was pretty. Powder blue and cool mint are two of the new colors that they have introduced. And they put them in this box and they made them kind of pearly. These seem a little flakier than normal crayons, if I'm being honest. I feel like I'm blowing away a lot more. Oh, I did powder blue twice. That's why. Now we figure it out. So we are going to put desert sand here, but I will adjust this and probably put desert sand back up here or at the end because it's kind of brown. So just to let you guys know. Yeah, I'll probably put it in with these. I don't know, maybe at the end. Let me know where you want it. It's a very interesting palette. I don't know how they chose it. Well, I guess they're the pastel colors. But they put a neon in it. I'm just saying, I don't know if I'd choose these for my pastel colors, but they can make whatever choices they want. Periwinkle. They do draw on black paper, so that'll be interesting. So that's probably where that shine comes in. I don't know if they're like the Gel FX crayons, because I feel like the bold, I'm gonna have to compare, get out a bold box of the Gel Effects crayons and use them and see. I'll probably switch these two. Very close in color, but this one seems a little bluer. Okay. Purple Mountains Majesty. This one seems more pastel-y than normal. I should redo my chart. I feel like when I originally did the swatch chart for all the crayons, I did it with the wrong paper. Wisteria's next. My sad little crayon that's a stump. Seems like the color of the box. I was like, where's the color of the box? So like, how do you have a box of crayons and not put in the color of the box? I guess you could have a box of crayons and not have the color of the box in there. And the next one is Slate, which is just a gray. But look at that, look. Look at how pretty those colors are. So let's look at these. I don't want to brush it like that because I don't want it to get like crayon everywhere. So this is the box in kind of wisteria, the crayon color of the box. The sea green's in there. I'm just trying to look for these pastel colors to see if they're in there. Maybe the cotton candy a little bit. But this is all of the colors. Do you like this palette for the pastel colors? I probably chosen a little bit different, especially the unmellow yellow doesn't really fit, but it's cute. It's a new box. They have a new formulation, and let's look at them on black paper now. So I didn't have black paper, and I had been using this blue one, and so it was interesting. So I bought this. This doesn't quite have as much tooth as the other one, but we'll see what it looks like with these crayons, see how well they do. So you can't really print on black paper, so I don't have the swatch charts for those. So I'm just going to do a circle like I've done before, and then we'll write the name of the crayon. So it's opaque. A lot of times when you have crayons or anything, and it's on a paper like this, sometimes they appear white, kind of like what they are, and there's not much color differentiation. So it's almost like you don't need as many colors, because like I could really achieve the same results with any of those right there. They're not, I mean, they write on the paper. I'm just not seeing much of the color come down onto the paper. I wonder if all of these are going to be the same. I mean, you see the specks kind of jumping off the paper. That's as much as I kind of see. And I feel like the Golden Bright might have been a little better. So let's see. Hopefully I'm not writing too big. But are you seeing? I'm not seeing a lot of difference in these colors. Oh, this one's definitely a little different. Our first color difference. That's awesome. Here, we'll put in desert sand. Okay. So far it's like you just need a white and a yellow, right? Okay. All right, let's see if this one's any different. Kind of going to that green. Inchworm. This one goes back to white a little bit. A poor crayon that got hurt. Okay, so that one kind of looks green. Huh. Another white-ish looking one. I mean, these are good, like, if you wanted to have white space, but. I am running out of space. So that one kind of looks blue. So now I'm like very squished. I've got 4 left. Let's see if I can make it. You know, there's no reason I shouldn't. It's just me being heavy-handed. Okay, 2 left, 2 left. Oh, I might make it. Here are our colors on black paper. So I kind of see some differences here, some differences here. They look like definitely a gradient, but I feel like if you're gonna color on black, you probably just need like about 5 of them maybe, because there's not a lot of difference between them. There definitely is a lot of difference here, but that doesn't translate over here. So they do write on black paper, the color doesn't come through as well. Like Inchworm really comes through, some of these bananas, but everything else just kind of looks opaque and white. So these are the crayons, the new crayons. What do you guys think of them? I will, let me get out some of the other swatch charts that I've done. So these are some of the other swatch charts I've done. So these are the bold and bright. So let's compare these a little bit. Do you see the difference? You can actually see the colors on here, or these ones are just opaque. So I would definitely go with the bold and bright if you're looking to color on black paper. This is their color palette on the front, which is like a normal color palette. I think it's the 24 box. Yeah. So these, let's compare them next to each other. This is the pearl crayon. So a lot of people are like, are these similar? What's the difference? So let's go through. We don't have any reds. We have apple orchard, red sand, mango puree. So we don't have a mellow yellow. So like Caribbean Sea is even different than Caribbean. It's more like leafy canopy. Pretty, maybe lavender is like wisteria a little bit. But these are different. So the pearl and the pastel are different. So some people were wondering if they were different or the same. They look like the same formulation, and I can show you that in just a minute. But so let's look at the glitter. It is definitely different than the glitter. Let's see. And the neon. So these were the neons before. So in mellow yellow would be the most like it. Let's see. And then these are the confetti from, there's new confetti, and I have a video on that one. Let's see. These were the metallic, and they are definitely different than the metallic ones. Cosmic crayons. These are cosmic crayons, and they're definitely different than the cosmic crayons. Like, but you see how these all are like theme names, and these will go back to the normal names, which I kind of like, because then you know what color you're using. I mean, the fun names are fun, but yeah. So, oh, these are old crayons. Okay. And then this is the 120. So this is kind of like the paper I was talking about. This is what I did it on before. So Piggy Pink, can you see how, let me show you up close. Like Piggy Pink, you can hardly see it on there. And I actually got some pigment out of it on this paper. So I feel like some of these would be more pigmented. So if you want me to redo this sheet, I will in this, with this paper, because I'm sure it'll be so different. That would be a fun video to do. But look, even, I know they might be a different formulation, but Purple Mountain's Majesty, and then on this one, like, you can barely see it. So it'd be very interesting to do on here and see the full range that you can get. Let's compare the pearl ones. So these are the Bold and Bright. I was just going to show them to you. We will just pull out one random one. So when we're looking at these ones, it's a black wrapper. I actually like this wrapper a lot because you can read it. Everything is super easy. So if you look at the formulation on this, let me just kind of show it to you. Do you see the difference? How this one is shiny and this one is not? So that's the difference. So I feel like these ones are more like the Gel Effects. The Gel Effects wrote on dark paper also. Okay, so now we're going into the pearl ones. So these are the ones that are most similar to. So I would imagine, let's get one that's like a gray, kind of like this one. It's a different gray. But if you look at that tip, like even our wrapper is slightly different. So this one is a little bit greener. They took away the silver writing. It's in white, which is better to read because I feel like that shiny paper is harder to read. So that's really nice there, that these are easier to read on your eyes. I mean, the white is still a little tricky. I love the contrast that the Bold and Bright have with the black and the yellow. I mean, I would even maybe make them black, but that might not look as good on the crayon. They want to have that pastel look. But so the crayon wrapper is very similar. This one has silver on it. This one does not. But if you look at the tip of those crayons right there, you can really see like that pearlescent vibe in the crayon. So I feel like the pastel crayons are like the pearl crayons, except for they're different colors. That's my take on what's going on with these. Let me know what you think. Is that what you guys think too? I still think this is a good color palette. They're two different ones. So now we have 48 pearl crayons instead of just 24. If they still make these. So that's what we're wondering. I've still seen these at Michael's and Staples. I don't know if that's because they have inventory left or if they're going to keep making them or not. So that's really up for time to tell on these crayons. Crayola does that often. Like they will release crayons and then just retire other ones. So we have no clue until usually find out like a few years later. Oh, I can't find this one anymore. It's so hard to find. That's when we find out they're retired. So it's kind of cool to be in the middle of this whole retirement. But so here are the crayons. Let me know which color is your favorite. Are you going to be picking up a box? I'll leave a link below for this, and I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video.